Hello and welcome to your guide to the Year 9 virtual options process. My name is Mrs. Elliott and I'm the Deputy Head Teacher for the curriculum. Over the next few slides, I'll be walking you through the process of deciding which subjects to choose for your GCSEs. Before I start, I want to highlight some key dates for your diary. Firstly, you have Year 9 Parents' Evening. If you haven't already booked your appointments, I urge you to do so, as this is your opportunity to talk to your subject leaders about whether their subject is right for you and for you to work out if you'd enjoy it or not. Secondly, we have an options drop-in session. This is not compulsory, and by this date, most of you will have made your decisions and given in your choices sheet. This evening is for those of you who are struggling to make decisions, have specific questions, or want more guidance from either the subject teachers or the careers leader, and that is on site in school. And finally, you have the deadline date for handing in your option choice sheets. It is essential that you meet this deadline either by email or by hand to Mrs. Yarnold via the school office. After this date, I cannot guarantee your choices as the subjects may get full. So today you will have received your options booklet. It looks like this in school. It's also available on the website on this section. So there's the front page, and these are all the subjects that we teach at Key Stage 4. So let's have a look at some of these subjects in more detail. On the left here, you have all your compulsory subjects. English language and literature, maths and French are all single GCSEs, and combined science is worth 2 GCSEs. And you can also choose triple science as one of your options, which would give you a 3rd science qualification as well. Underneath that, you also have some non-assessed subjects. Core PE continues as in Key Stage 3. It's a government requirement to keep this into Key Stage 4. And that's also the case with the relevance curriculum, which is what we used to call RSHE or PSHE. And that is taught as part of the tutor curriculum here. And the 3rd non-assessed subject here is the IBLP, which will be partly new to you. You will know some of the elements of this from Key Stage 3, as it includes some RS and citizenship requirements, and it also expands on the IB award that you did in Years 7 to 9, with a focus on service learning, which is great for CVs and personal statements later on. And finally, the IBLP also includes lessons on careers education in order to prepare you for work experience and the world of work in general. On the right hand side, you've got your EBAC subjects, and you need to choose at least one of these, history or geography, as an option subject, although of course you can choose both of them if you wish. So this is what the options choice sheet looks like. It's at the back of your booklet and needs to be detached and returned to Mrs. Yarnold in the admin area by the end of this term. You can see here that although you only study 3 options, including your EBAC option, you do still have to pick 5 and rank them in order of preference, with 1 being your top choice. You need to pick 5, as although I do try to give you your top choices, it isn't always possible to do so. It should also be noted that if a subject does not attract enough students, it may not run, which is a reason why you may not be able to get your top choice. When you're picking your options, you need to think of it as a long-term process that lasts further than just your GCSEs, past Year 11 into Key Stage 5 and into your career further beyond that. All the subjects we offer at GCSE level are accommodated here at Knole in Key Stage 5, either through the IBCP or the IBDP. The IBCP, which is the career-related programme, allows students to study a mixture of academic and career-related studies. So it's perfect for students who want to go on to university or become an apprentice, or indeed go straight into the world of work at 18. The IBDP, the diploma programme, is for the most able students who want to continue with a variety of academic subjects in the 6th form. And this course is for students who want to go to university, particularly to study medicine or law. So how are you going to choose from all of these options? Some people might say, I want to be with my friends. Well, that's common, but don't go with that because it's not possible to put people in with their friends. Some subjects have 4 different blocks and you could be in any one of those. I like the teacher. Again, you might not get that teacher next year. I want to choose easy subjects. Well, there are no easy subjects at GCSE, so don't go with that one. None of those are good ways to choose your options. And if you're thinking, I don't know what I want to do, I really haven't got a clue, don't panic because it's all in order. We have a plan. There is a lot of support available to help you choose the options that are right for you. You can talk, first of all, to Mrs. Stevens, who is our careers leader, and you'll find her down by the Inclusion Centre. She is our fully qualified careers leader and will be able to advise you on anything to do with careers and future choices. You can also talk to your teachers. They are best placed to tell you about their individual subjects and whether you would enjoy them and be able to cope with the demands of the course. There are also lots of online quizzes that can help you match your personality type and preferences to particular careers. I like this Buzz one, which I've given you here, but there are loads more available. And the Academy also subscribes to Unifrog, which is an online careers platform. And this has a huge amount of information about subjects and careers. If you can't remember your individual logins, see me or Mrs. Stevens. So here are some frequently asked questions that you may need answers to. Firstly, what do you do now? Well, watch the videos on the virtual event for each subject, even the ones you think you won't like, because you might be surprised. Talk to your teachers, get some advice, maybe drop in to us on that date if you have any specific questions. Then follow the instructions on the option sheet at the back of your booklet and return to Mrs. Yarnold by Thursday, 30th of March. Remember, it's really important to meet that deadline as I can't guarantee you will get your choices after that date, unless there are exceptional circumstances. And even if you're not in school on that date, you can still take a picture of it on your phone and email it in to Mrs. Yarnold. Do you have to put an option first to definitely get it? No, you don't have to put an option first to definitely get it. We do try to give you your first 3, but your 4th and 5th must be subjects that you would still like to do as well. You don't have to put a subject that is smaller first to get it. Definitely, I do not allocate places on a first come, first served basis. As long as your form is in by the deadline, you won't be penalised. But obviously, after that date, I cannot guarantee anything. And finally, a really common question, what if you choose an option but hate it? There are a lot of new subjects that you can choose here, and it's not unusual for a student to pick a new subject and then realise after a few lessons that it isn't right for them. So it's very important that you think very carefully about the choices that you make, talk to your teachers, look at all the guidance and so on. But even so, after that, you may still choose a subject that you actually discover that you don't like or isn't right for you. And so therefore, I do allow students to change their options up until the first Friday in October. After that date, though, it is very difficult to change because too much work has been completed to catch up. And finally, here are those key dates again. First of all, you have the Year 9 Parents' Evening coming up, which is your opportunity to talk to those options teachers and see which ones you would like to do. That's followed by the drop-in. Most people will not need to attend that, but that is there for those of you who have specific questions or issues. Then you have the deadline date for return of option choices, and make sure you meet that deadline. It's very, very important. And finally, there is that date there, which is when you will be emailed confirmation of your option places. Thank you for watching.